Hello and welcome. It's Thursday, it's the 31st of October, and this is my last vlog of the month. 6 years ago today, Tony and I moved into our bungalow. It's amazing how time flies. But on that Halloween day, there was no mention of COVID pandemic. Queen Elizabeth was still on the throne, and there was no sign of the UK's political pantomime that was to follow. On this day in 1876, Natalie Clifford Barney was born. She was an American playwright, poet and novelist who held celebrated salons in Paris for more than 60 years, where writers and artists from all around the world would meet. Natalie formed the Women's Academy to promote women's writing. She was also openly gay, and the scandal of this was not detrimental at all. It increased her fame and the popularity of her work. A very strong woman who stood up for what she believed in. During October, of course, we have celebrated Black History Month, highlighting many non-white people who have achieved great things despite the discrimination and ignorance they've had to face. From the UK alone, I can mention Idris Elba, Adrian Lester, Sir Lenny Henry, Sir Trevor MacDonald, John Boyega, and of course Ncuti Gatwa. And then there's Moira Stewart, the Dames Cleo Lane, Shirley Bassey, Sharon White and Maggie Adarin Pocock. And tomorrow is the 1st of November, and that's the beginning of the month when we reflect on the sacrifices made by many during world wars and more recent conflicts. In the UK, it's all too easy to complain about our lot. There's been speculation about what was going to be in the UK budget this week. Many have got their knickers in a twist over things that didn't appear in the budget at all. One issue that many have contacted me about is a drug to help people lose weight. Here in the UK, it is reported that a vast majority of people on sick leave are fat. If fat people could lose weight, there would be fewer sick days. It's also suggested that if people refuse to take the weight-losing drug, their benefits will be stopped. These reports are, of course, nonsense. My working life has been a mixture of full-time employment and freelance. Before becoming an actor, I was in the civil service for 5 years, and in that time I had 2 sick days. When I was deputy theatre manager, I had 4 sick days over 4 years. When I worked for a housing association, I had 2 sick days over 3 years, 8 days sick leave over 40 years, and I'm not the only fat person to be able to claim that. All stress-related, brought on by having to cover when the much fitter marathon runners and rugby players were off sick because they were recovering from injuries caused whilst getting fit. There are also the much slimmer, healthier members who were off due to heart bypass operations and anxiety. And in 2009, I was attacked because the media was promoting that fat people are going to bankrupt the NHS. Again, all nonsense. But as a result, I am now disabled today. In reality, larger people are out of work because employers are reluctant to take them on because it is assumed that fat people will take a lot of sick days. This is wrong, and all I have to say is give fat people a chance. Thank you for listening. Until the next time, toodle pip.